So this is the Gene Stealer Patriarch LRE, and I'm going to be doing battles 9 to 14 in the Alpha track. This track has been pretty mindless for me so far, just because I happen to have my Adeptus Mechanicus units as the most heavily upgraded units in my entire roster, so mostly just been sleepwalking through this. I might try and play this... well, I was going to try and play this in a way where I would play if my team was weaker, so I'd play more sort of trying to turtle, not just rush in and kill everything, but Tan and his summons it kind of make things difficult because the summons just do what they want really, and they're level 50 so they kill everything. So to be honest, I'm not too fussed about trying to make this representative. I guess this will just be a showcase of the Alpha track. Not that I think it really needs one, to be honest, because the Orcs are quite an easy enemy, but maybe I'll be eating my words later on, we'll see. Do have the sound on. It's turned down very low because it's interrupted my recording somewhat in the past. So, yeah, okay. Grot's already multiplying. Not that that's going to be a problem for me. And the audio does go quite weird. Oh, who do we have coming up next? Grot tanks. Okay, so we'll pay to have someone stopping the Grot tanks from sniping from up high. So, put Row there. That'll sort of put a bit of a spanner in the works, hopefully. And I won't move up Anafet and Makatep too much because they're actually fairly weak. Only gold one, heaven forbid. And it's pretty obvious that this is going to be quite easy. Nothing to worry about in the next wave, really. Main thing I'm concerned about is Storm Boys coming down, getting high ground relative to Anafet and Makatep and killing them. Again, not that it really matters, but I'll try not to make too much of a mess of things. I can pretty much just clog up the spawn points and work my way through the Orcs this way. And this is basically game over for the Orcs at this point. And if it's passive, helps Row make short work of things. Just for the sake of, being thorough, heal everyone up. That I can be bothered to heal up. Grot tanks obviously no threat once things are in melee with them, which is just generally a good thing to do, is lock them in place. Storm Boys aren't a problem because they can't get high ground. And why not? Keep locking everyone in. And it's just going to be a case of skipping through the waves now. I'm not going to bother healing anyone, there's no point. See how ineffective the Storm Boys are when your armor exceeds their damage capabilities. Makatep did take a bit of damage there, so he's obviously at his limit of what he can resist from Storm Boys, so I reckon in future waves there'll be quite a big threat to both him and Anafet, so I'll have to be careful. Yeah, that was Battle 10 done very easily. Let's continue. Battle 9, whatever one it was. Okay. Yes, I do read. I do press I agree without reading anything, just like I imagine everyone else. Oh dear. Not that just because everyone does something it's what you should do, but I don't advocate for such things. However, trying to make a video here. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if we can get 2 Skitari up. Wonderful. Give everyone a movement boost in the next turn. Aside from Tan, but he doesn't need it. And we've got our Storm Boys. Okay, so what are we going to do about that? Use Tan's active, his armor boosting aura to help out Makatep and Anafet. I also want spaces around him to spawn stuff in, so let's get Anafet there, get Makatep here. Neither of them have high ground relative to them, I hope, unless this map is deceptive, which often is the case, much to my chagrin. However, I think we're alright. Ro kind of has his pick of the litter as to what he can do. So, might as well go for some battle fatigue, maybe. Didn't get any, but that's okay. Now, Anafet's barely taking any damage, so let's see how much damage these Storm Boys do. If any of them survive. Yeah. Oh dear. Well, I guess we won't be finding out anytime soon. Yeah. So, what's next? Boys. Well, I think I'll stick to keeping the Necrons around Tan, as far as I am able to. Yeah, I can live with that. Not sure how much damage these boys will do. I was pretty sure they wouldn't be able to kill my guys with their stick bombs. 679 damage, okay. So, just about enough damage to start really hurting Anafet and Makatep, same as the Storm Boys, so keep that in mind. Grot tanks, right. Well, in that case, let's make sure they're unable to carry out any ranged attacks. Or unable to even leave the spawn point, maybe. And have that Guitarius healed a bit by Makatep's healing aura. And we are all good to go here. I think Ro again is just move him over this way. No orcs will be able to get any ranged attacks off now. Heal up Makatep. Still haven't finished the 4th wave, okay. What is in the 5th wave? Okay, I can't get a preview. It's quite annoying actually. And again, prevent anyone from getting any ranged attacks off. It doesn't really matter for Grot. grots, they don't need to get range attacks off, but I can't see what's coming up in the wave. Have another look at this. Lots of grot tanks, so again, good to have everything boxed in melee. Yeah, that's about how I'd want things. Give a scrap silver free. Does about, I don't know, 650 damage per hit. How much armor does Makatep have? I think Makatep can withstand him pretty easily, so I don't mind him being on the low ground. Right, let's see if I was right about give scraps. Oh, he's dead. I will never know how much damage he does. I can just look at my own Gibber scraps actually, but can't be bothered. So finish off this grot tank, and then again block any range attacks coming in from the rest of the grot tanks that'll be spawning. And they're utterly impotent when forced into melee, really. And again, let's trigger row. Mechanical hit, and that is the end of that. On to battle 11. Grot tanks in the first wave, Storm Boys in the third. Gotta remember those Storm Boys, I can catch you off guard. So, try and get the movement boost on Tan as always, just so you can get summoning ASAP. Yeah, I'll go down the, could try and go down either flank. Yeah, why not? So, Grot tanks, damage 941, that's quite a lot. Makatep won't be able to stand up to that. However, with the armor boost, he'll be okay-ish when shot at from high ground, so just leave him putting the movement boost on Tan and Actus again. May end up getting boxed in here. That's okay. Still got a nice high ground area to hold. Maybe shouldn't have split my forces like this. See if I can get the grot tank to flee. Or is it? No, it's not even adjacent. Alright. I can get a couple of Skitari out here, so yeah, take out this guy. So now I've got the Storm Boys coming in, and it's 10 of them. So I think what I'll do is move Makatep there, move Anafet here, and hopefully I won't get killed, because I've only got, well, Makatep's only got one space adjacent to him empty, and Anafet has 2. Yeah, just about survived that, okay. I'm not really worried about them, to be honest. I'm not just saying that because they took a lot of damage. It really doesn't matter if they die, because my Admex can handle things quite alright. However, I would prefer it if they didn't die, so No high ground. However. How many Necron Warriors am I going to get? 4. Okay, that's a decent distraction. Again, not too concerned about my Necron Warriors. My Skitari far outclass them. More Stormbolts. In that case, I'd better heal up. Oh, Makatep was lucky to survive that. I don't know why I'm focusing so hard on keeping the Necrons alive, to be honest. I think it's just a little side distraction for me. It's not particularly helping me, actually. I should really be more focused on just making sure my admechs are able to shut down all the enemies, really. But I don't know. It'd be boring if I just played this straight. So Makatep onto the high ground there. Let's see what happens. So I can't actually reach Tank Smasher, but with Row, but that doesn't matter. Yeah. Do this. That means I can then do this. And follow that up with this. And do that as well. Why not? And that's the end of the battle. I'm a bit hairy, that one, actually, but only for my weak characters who I shouldn't really even be caring about. I think what I should have done at the start there was try and push just one flank with Row, Actus and Tan, rather than trying to split them up, because they work so much better as a full team of 3. And I just got myself a bit bogged down there. So yeah, don't get yourself bogged down. Use Row's passive ability to its full advantage, and use it to carve your way through enemies. You know, a shot from Makatep barely does any damage, but if it's triggering Row to attack, then suddenly it's actually doing quite a bit. And I was talking so much I forgot to arrange my characters, but you know what? I think I'll manage. So yeah, no one's in the danger zone. Just get Alright, I'm not going to attack with Tan. I'm not going to trigger him with Actus first, because if he shoots the middle one and then these two other boys flee, he won't have any targets to shoot at a second time. which means I'd only get one Skitarius out, which is definitely suboptimal. And I will, I think, do this. What's next, boys? Okay, that's fairly non-threatening. Yeah. I could kill the tank by shooting it with Anafet, but then Anafet would be vulnerable to any further boys that spawn in, so I think I'll just stick with that for now. And Ro can easily take all the hits. So move Ro up once again. Trigger 10. Now I can use my Necrons, as I said, to trigger Ro and do a bit more damage than they otherwise would be able to. And got the armor bonus on the Necrons now. Should be okay. So yeah, let's just get Actus kind of back in the game. What's coming up next? Tank Smasher. Okay, I think this is a good time to pull back a bit. Let's get Ro healed up. Get my Necron safe and happy with that arrangement. Yeah, do that. And again, I don't want all the targets to flee, so I'll shoot when you've got a choice of 3 targets with Ro and they all have battle fatigue. Sorry, 3 targets with Tan and they'll have battle fatigue. You want to shoot one at the side first, as a general rule. Just in case you manage to make all 3 of them flee by killing the middle one, and you only get 1 Skitarius spawned. How many Necrons can be summoned? 5. That's good enough for me. And the advantage of having such a heavily built up Ro is I can just leave him like that, right in the thick of things, and he can just soak up a bunch of attacks. Due to his camouflage trait, he takes reduced hits from grot tanks and orc boys, which renders them quite weak against him. So let's make sure we can kill off Snapper Wrecker. So I killed him with Ro's attack there, because if I'd killed him by triggering Ro's passive, Ro would have moved onto this hex, and he wouldn't be able to attack any further orcs in this turn. Not that that's really a problem, but might as well. Who's coming up now? I guess it's Golgorts, and yeah, it's not Flogger. Oh, Golgorts is probably going to do his War. Not much I can do about that, really. And if I want to keep my Necrons alive, I should probably keep them back from where a Grot Tank can... So a Grot Tank could move to this hex and kill them, so... In the interest of keeping them alive, I'm just gonna hide them back here. Turn up to full health. Might be more advisable to get that Skitaris, this one, healed up. But don't really care. It's not like I'm gonna lose. The armor of my Admex is just making these orcs a joke, really. And that's the thing about orcs. Once your armor reaches a certain level, they really can't do a great deal to you, because their attrition is just terrible. And Mechatep died, but who cares, to be honest. See, I really didn't want to make this recording, to be honest, because I'm not sure who it'd really be helpful to. But just for the sake of showing that I've done this, I thought I'd record it anyway. But yeah, just blasting your way through the missions with basically maxed out characters isn't exactly a particularly helpful thing to show people, I don't think. So, you know, if you're watching this, I guess enjoy the carnage if that's your thing, but I'm sure that you have much better things to do. Right. I think I'll be aiming to stay on the high ground up here. So I'll shift turn over that way. Yeah. Let's see what happens with the battle fatigue, if there is any. None whatsoever, so... Now, grots are quite resistant to row, just because of their diminutive trait, which is quite a nifty one. So, any attacks score one fewer hit against them, which means that people doing 2-hit attacks have their damage output reduced by 50% against grots. So Mechatep, Row, Tan's melee attack, Actus's attack, they all kind of suffer quite greatly when attacking grots. But again, you know, as is the general theme of this, that shouldn't be a problem. So we got Storm Boys coming up. Storm Boys and quite a few boys. I think Mechatep might be toast, even with the armor buff there. Unless I can kind of block the boys from attacking at range 2. So I've moved the row into position there to hopefully block off any incoming attacks against Mechatep. Anafet. I think I'll just trigger his warriors now. Well, there's not really much point. Yeah, I don't have high hopes for Anafet's survival, no matter where I put him. 1,400 damage, yeah. It's no good. I think I'm just going to move him there. Maybe he'll survive. Oh well. Again, no great loss. Cleared a space for Tan to summon into. And I'm not particularly concerned about that Storm Boy, to be honest. And I'll block Grot Tanks from attacking Makatep from high ground, I guess. I was kind of hoping that would kill the Storm Boy there, but didn't, so Makatep's gone, but again, whatever. He is not useful. Unfortunately for him, he's just not a great character in this sort of game mode. When it comes down to just sort of slugging it out. He's good for for his passive heal to an extent, but when you're just trying to hide him to stop him from being killed all the time, it's kind of just annoying to have him around. Kind of been boxed in a bit here, but that shouldn't be a problem. With Rose passive. It did seem to want to go for Actus, so I'm going to leave a space next to Actus. I'm hoping that the Storm Boys will move into that space. And now Ro might start attacking them with his passive. You know, if the Skitari don't just act like a bunch of morons, but hey ho, what do you expect? They're AI controlled. In their case, the AI stands for asinine idiots. As usual, my Skitari are easily strong enough to just carry the day. Don't need to worry myself in particular. Even if they do like to attack in melee. Heal the grot so it can't replicate, but it reduces the chances of other grots on the battlefield replicating. Now would be a good time to heal up Ro just a bit. And get Actus's armor boost on everyone. Well, they're doing their damnedest to beat me, but it's not going to help. Yeah, when those grot tanks aren't on high ground, they're not really a threat to any of my characters, so now I've cleared out the one that was on high ground, I don't really have anything to worry about from them. And that's Battle 13 done. I really wasn't thinking very much there, I have to say. So So I think from this point onwards, just gonna forget the Necrons even exist. If they die, they die. Whatever. Main concern is just going to be keeping my Admechs happy and healthy. So I think I'll aim for the bit of high ground on the left-hand side of the map there. Don't know how useful mech. So yeah, I got Orc boys spawning in, so if they move 3 hexes, I'll put them around. Put them around about here. Sorry, when I said here, I tapped on this area, but it wasn't letting me do it. Right, well, gonna have to live with the possibility of them fleeing. And I got both my Skitari out, that's always good. And let's just keep the Necrons kind of out of the way. That was quite a hefty bit of damage done to that Skitarius there. I think I will have to endeavour to take this tank down. So, try and get 2 shots on it with Tan. Now got the Storm Boys, which means my Necrons are screwed. No way of putting it really. Even if I put Anafet in there and put Makatep here, Makatep will just die and then Anafet will get killed by the next Stormboy that spawns in. So what I think I'll do is that instead. I said I was going to try and keep the Necrons alive. I don't know what I'm doing really. Shouldn't even be bothering, but okay. Oh no, Makatep's dead. Right. So I think we'll do this. And then this. And then oh, Anafet, you're so dead. Who cares? He did something useful, triggering row. About all you can ask from a gold one in this situation. More grot tanks. Okay, well I'd like them to not have high ground relative to row. I think I'll move him up here. Okay, I can kind of withstand that damage quite easily. As long as it's not from high ground, of course. What do we have in the final wave? More grot tanks. I do kind of want to get Tan onto the really high ground, but I also don't want to leave him stranded on the barbed wire, so... yeah. Put myself in a bit of a situation here. I think I'm just going to take the opportunity to spawn in some more Skitari. One more at least. That one up. I think Row should be fine. Yeah, Row's camouflage in combination with his high armor stat just means, again, can't really expect the tanks to be able to do much against him. However, don't want to push my luck too much with him, so I'm just going to fall him back and play this a little conservatively. So definitely want to hold up these grots from multiplying. Do that, and then I'll just trying to injure that one, but just ended up killing it outright. Not that it really matters. Now it's just clean up. The Skitari can tank everything, no problem. Useless to the end. However, that's Alpha Track over and done with. And I'll leave it at that.